So colo providers can compete with cloud services on a couple of different levels. Number one, they can begin to offer cloud services themselves. Or frankly, I mean, they can take the approach that they're not competing at all and offering totally separate products. However, I think the way of the future is for these colo providers to actually move into cloud themselves.
Yeah, but why wouldn't colocation providers just partner with Amazon, partner with Microsoft, partner with the large cloud guys that have already built their own infrastructure? Mm-hmm. Why invest in something that's not their core competency, which is running hosted cloud services, running software solutions for end users, when it'll take them a long time to catch up with the large providers of the world? Why not just leverage the infrastructure they built already?
Yeah, and I think that's a solid argument, and I think there's a place for that. To me, I just see dwindling margins on the data center providers' perspective. And so to me, from a business perspective, seems like it would make more sense to kind of move into different avenues. But it's a totally fair comment.
But there's also dwindling margins on the cloud side. So if you see all the cloud price wars, infrastructure as a service price wars, going down to $1 a VM or even free when it comes to Linux VMs on Amazon, why would you want to enter into that market, which is already at a bottom, you could argue?
Yeah.
When you can leverage their infrastructure and get into higher margin services like integration work, software, whether it's hosted exchange or different applications, or bringing enterprise workloads onto the cloud and helping enterprises go to the cloud and getting the margin on selling services to them rather than just bare metal infrastructure as a service or something along those lines.
So I think the point that you just made there at the end is the services piece. To me, that's where I see the true win here. Is that if you can add services on top, I mean, because that's truly where the margin is, right? If we can add services on top and then help people by augmenting their staff, I'm taking a load off their IT burden, perhaps that's where the true win is doing that instead of trying to manage all this yourself.
And support. I mean, ultimately, Microsoft, Amazon, they can never touch every customer. Right? They can never hope to have that level of relationship that a VAR or an SI would have in the past, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Understanding that a customer is always going to need, or for the most part, always going to need that level of relationship with their technology company that they're dealing with, they'll pay extra for that. And for a support relationship that'll guarantee SLAs and so forth, I think that'll be big. So.
I agree.
I also think there's a vertical industry aspect of all this, which is pretty important. Understanding finance versus healthcare, all of the compliance things they have to deal with. If you can come to them and say, I understand that, I'll pick a cloud provider that'll work best for you.
Yes.
And I understand your application stack, I think there's a lot of value that providers can do with that.
Fair point as well.